Well, KwaZulu-Natal, of course, still reeling from those devastating floods, both of them back in April and May, aren't they? And it could soon happen again as climate change continues to play havoc with our weather systems. Experts are warning government they need to pay more attention to population growth and also our crumbling infrastructure. We once again go back to eNCA contributor Mpola Kaje. He reports not doing this could very well lead to catastrophe in the near future.
Clear skies, friendly weather, visitors flocking in. KwaZulu-Natal is gradually returning to its former glory. But with infrastructure damage of over 25 billion rand, it will take years for the province to fully recover.
It's about human capital development and what does this kind of disaster do for human capital development. If you just think about how long does a household take to build up their goods, you know, the TVs, the beds, this, it takes a while. And when you've got a province that every 2 years that has got, you know, calamity in the form of weather-related incidents, it means that every 2 years people are rebuilding from scratch.
This leads to a variety of problems.
It increases malnutrition or it worsens nutritional outcomes, which means it worsens health outcomes, which means it becomes a burden on the state as well in terms of, one, life expectancy in that space, as well as human development.
What's concerning is the province could see a repeat of the recent disaster. That's because climate change tends to result in more frequent severe weather. This is the reason academics are urging authorities to think of ways to mitigate the impact of future floods.
We can never say for absolute certain when those events are going to occur, but we can understand the communities that are impacted, how they are prepared, are they living in the best places, the most safe places, how do we get resources to them so that they can be what we call stronger in the face of one of those events happening again.
It's the population growth. That is the difference now. If you look at the rate in which the population is growing within urban spaces, it's double. Now, when you have more people, the impact will be high because there's more pressure in the infrastructure. You see, maybe I must also note this one to you to say, after post-apartheid, we've not invested a lot of money into replacing the infrastructure.
This, in turn, affects drainage systems, especially as informal settlements mushroom in and around the city.
So because they're not part of the planning system, some of them, they do not even have services which are supposed to be given by the municipalities. Now, you tell me if you're talking about 250 milliliter rains or so coming down, washing away that garbage, where is that garbage going in a flood area?
So that whole system needs to be looked at, from the socio-political all the way down to the technological and the infrastructural. But that's going to take time. So if you're getting a warning 2 days, you know, like let's say today, by Friday, guys, there's a storm coming through, there's not a lot you can do really to make the infrastructure much stronger. But then when the storm passes, then we have to get back to doing development planning properly and appropriately, and that we should be doing, without a doubt, and not saying, oh, well, we'll patch it up here a little bit and fill some potholes with some sand and, you know, we'll just keep going, put the wheels on the bus slowly. That's not going to help. We need a new bus.
Government acknowledges the need for infrastructure development and improved town planning. But it will have to cut the red tape to fast-track developments to prevent another disaster. Mpola Kaje, Durban.